Very special guest this morning, boys and girls, here on the I95 Morning Show. He'll be at the Ridgefield Playhouse this Saturday night. You recognize the name. We welcome from Honey Tribe, his band, Devin Allman.
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning.
How are you?
Doing good, man.
You know, this is a treat for me because, you know, I'm more close to your dad's age.
Right on.
So I grew up with your dad's music, and to see some of these rock stars kids, you know, come on out and play incredible music as well. Just, I mean, it does my heart good.
Oh, that's cool.
And
man.
we've listened to some of that Torch album, and Lou and I are like, we're just overwhelmed, man.
It's unbelievable.
What was your first band when you were 9 years old?
No, man, I was kind of a late bloomer, man. I didn't even pick up guitar until I was like 13.
Really?
And, you know, I wasn't even in bands until I was like 16. So, yeah, you know, I wasn't like, you know, the Hanson kids or whatever that was like jamming at 6, you know. I really kind of came late.
I got to say, man, it's refreshing. He was talking about his age group. You know, I'm 28 years old. For my age group, the crap that they play on the other radio stations and the stuff that comes out now, it's refreshing to hear real rock and roll, and we're just loving the album.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I mean, you know, really, dude, I'm just kind of trying to give back to what I grew up on, too, man. You know, I look at the horizon of rock and roll. It looks a little scary when you consider bands like the Stones and Santana and the Brothers, and man, I could name 20 more.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you know, in 5, 10, 15 years, you know, they're going to want to enjoy retirement. And, you know, after that, it looks a little scary. So, I mean, if there's any mission statement with Honey Tribe, it's that we're going to be around for a long time, and we're just going to play from our heart and soul and hopefully give back to the rock and roll that inspired us.
And you guys are on the road a lot. How about those guys in the band? How'd you pick them?
Well, you know, my drummer and I met through a mutual friend, and I kind of had a problem with drummers kind of, you know, hanging out for a bit and then bailing out because they weren't serious. You know, I wanted to find serious cats. I've been with my drummer 15 years.
Whoa.
And yeah, I mean, since we were kids, since we were like, you know, mid-teens, whatever. And then George Patsos, you know, had a reputation in St. Louis as being one of the, you know, baddest bass players, and same with Jack Kirkner on the Hammond B3. You know, so I think that we were just meant to kind of find each other. You know, they were both in other bands, and I kind of yanked them out and said, "Man, why don't we do this? You know, you're playing covers, you're in a tribute band, and that's cool. But like, why don't we just go and make our statement? You know?" And thank goodness that they believed in me and the vision for going out and trying this crazy 300 dates a year thing. You know,
Devin, I'm going to be the one to ask the dumbass question because because it's my
he's a
job.
dumbass. Yeah.
Lisa's here. Lisa's our news chick, staring at your picture, salivating over you, right up her alley. What's the road like, man? You got to give me something. What are the chicks like on the road?
You know, man. I mean, you know, we're not 23. You know, I mean, man, I'm 32.
Perfect.
You know, I try not to go there, you know, because at the end of the day, I mean, these are people that, you know, first and foremost support the band, you know. So, you know, there's the old, you know, dipping the pen in the company ink thing.
Yeah.
You know, which can bite back. You know, and, you know, it's also, I think, musicians and actors are maybe some of the only males that know what it's like to be a hot chick because you're kind of looked at differently because, you know, you're on a stage. And, you know, there's some level of grossness to that. So,
that's
you
a
know,
good answer.
So I wish I could fill you with a bunch of dirt, you know, orgies, you know, things of this nature. But man, you know, we're really all about the rock and roll, and you know, even if we don't kiss and tell anyway.
Yeah,
I love him more.
But before we let you go, if you could. Back in February of 2007, our listeners may not know this, you guys did an album called A Song from My Father. I think this is just so cool.
That was really cool.
I bet.
That was, you know, we got approached by this label 180 Music, and they were doing an exclusive deal through Target where, you know, they were paying kids of rock stars to go in and cut a song of their parent. And like, I've always kind of shied away from, you know, projects like that because, you know, it just seems like a way to make a buck off somebody that's already made their mark in the industry. But this was like a Father's Day thing, and it was done very classy, and the amount of money allowed all of us to go in and use good studios, etc. So I accepted, and man, I'm so glad I did, because how cool it was to hand my dad Midnight Rider on Father's Day and be like, check this out.
I got to kiss your ass just a little bit more, because
here
usually
we
we get guys on the show who I could care less and I have to pretend. But I grew up on I grew up. You and I are close in age, and I grew up on your dad's music, and to hear music just like it, man, we're absolutely loving the album.
That's awesome.
Now,
man.
is it all original music Saturday night, Devin?
You know, we've been out on tour for 24 months straight, and we've been all over the world, and which is great, and it's good. We're building a solid fan base, but at the end of the day, we only have one record to pull from, and as you guys know, just by the the digital count on the CD players, it's clocking in at like something pretty short, 43 minutes. So obviously, we're throwing in a couple kind of nods to our masters. I mean, we'll throw a B.B. King song in one night, a Fleetwood Mac song the next.
Wow.
There's a Marley cover on the record. Obviously, No Woman, No Cry.
Yeah.
We'll throw in, a Brothers thing at the very end, just as kind of a thank you to their fans who came out, out of curiosity, but we in no way, run through multiple songs or a half hour worth of their material, because they're still such a vital band out in the scene today. So, it's kind of bittersweet, because, fans will call out, I drove an hour, play a Whippet Post. It's like, drive an hour and go see my dad. And I mean that with the most sincerity and love. I don't mean it as a smartass. I mean, hey, he's still out there doing it. Go see him while you can. So we totally do our own thing, and then just kind of throw in these little nods to the past. So.
Well, I tell you, we've heard the album, and you got people out there who are listening. You got to go Saturday night to the Ridgefield Playhouse
this Saturday night, and you're
going
to
see
Devin,
this band.
If you haven't been to the Playhouse before, the venue's just it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I hear it's really sweet.
Yeah.
But good luck with that Holiday Inn in Johnson City. I've been there.
We've actually played that room before,
Have
and
you?
it's that's one of the things about Honey Tribe is not only we don't have MTV and massive radio behind us, so we're really, this is a grassroots campaign, as grassroots as it gets. So these secondary and these tertiary markets are so vital to our living, and spreading the word. So we've played Johnson City 4 times in 2 years,
Nice.
and we draw 700 people there.
Yeah.
Band, so we're like the Beatles.
Devin Allman, Honey Tribe is the band. Saturday night is the date at the Ridgefield Playhouse. Hey, have a great gig, Devin.
Hey, man, thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot, man.
See you soon. Cheers.
Bye.